Hello, everyone. Hello. This is the Halloween translation today. This new translation is the big Halloween one. Okay. Before I go further than this one is a little bit more hardcore than I than my other translations. So if you're uncomfortable with like stuff like yeah, I can't really say it on YouTube. NTR, Netorare, I can say that, I think. So if you're uncomfortable with anything I talk about in this episode, don't worry. We have a I have an alternative vamp Halloween manga that I recently translated, which was originally going to be the big Halloween one, but I thought I needed to do another one because that one came out in September. So if you still want like something to read this Halloween, but this one sounds like it'd be a bit too much for you, I suggest you hurry along to that one instead. Okay? So this manga is called I Was Supposed to Be Your Boyfriend. This manga is an NTR story, right? So you're probably wondering, this does not look like a Halloween one. Like compared to Drag Vamp Plus and Maiden, it doesn't look very Halloweeny. But I thought maybe instead of like a horror with like monsters and vampires and werewolves and zombies and that, I thought what scares most hentai manga fans? What tag scares them the most? Netorare. Netorare is the biggest bane of like many people's existence. They like, nope, 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 too scary. Nope, nope, no, I don't like that. I like lovey-dovey vanilla. I like vanilla. Which is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But it's sort of like that sort of like fear of, ooh. Yeah. So I thought, yeah, go instead of I don't know, a contemporary horror. I thought we'll go more psychological horror, and as I discuss this further, you'll see why I picked this one to be the Halloween story. So it's about this cute couple. You know, they just got together, but in order for them to become like official, like kohaku and everything, like kokuhaku, like fully official boyfriend girlfriend, the girlfriend wants him to like get more life experience and wait a year, which is fair enough. But the problem is you've got the bartender, the master, the cafe owner, who's like, oh, congrats, congrats, congrats. But his mind, it slowly devolves into something else. And what I really like about this manga is that it's sort of a subversion of the NTR genre. Like usually it's the girl who's like the target, but no, this time it's the guy that's the target. And oh my god, he's such a cutie. Look at him! Look at him! Ah! And it's just so innocent. Like, what was the girl thinking of like waiting a year? You've got a catch. And I mean, she does have like some like femdommy tendencies, and he seems like a very submissive guy. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, you the silly woman? What are you doing? But yeah, it's quite interesting, like how this manga like plays out, like at the beginning of the manga with the bartender. This is why I think this is a really good like sort of like Halloweeny psychologically horror story. Like as it goes on the manga, the guy gets more and more like demonic. Like it's really good. It really sets like that sort of like horror tone. So at the beginning, he kind of looks like a normal, everyday bartender, boring. But by the end, he looks like something from like Frankenstein's monster. Like I was like, is that a Frankenstein reference? Like it looks like one of them like Igor or something like that. Like sort of like that evil like person who like slowly devolves, like Phantom of the Opera. You know, he slowly devolves into that. It's sort of like the ending of, I don't know if you've read this, but like the ending of Animal Farm, where it's like the pigs, like because of like the mirrors distorted, it's sort of like they look no different from the previous owners. They start looking like humans and they can't tell which is which. While he, yeah, so it's kind of a weird comparison, but like I hope you understand what I mean by this and like why I picked this one. Yeah, so it this one, there's not much consent to this one. Eh, yeah, again, horror, like, you know, that sort of thought of being like out of control, like of everything, and like, you know, that's what horror is. It's like horror is like fearing like the unknown and not being able to control it. That's what a good horror is. You like say a ghost. You can't control a ghost because you don't understand what a ghost is. I hope you're understanding why I picked this one, because this is not like my other titles at all. Not one bit. But in fact, there is sort of like a debate whether this is actually my first BL. And like, it's not in the BL section. It's from what I can tell, it's aimed at straight men, which I know many otokonoko titles like this is, like femboy titles. I mean, it's sort of a debate. Is it like, you know, is it BL or isn't it BL? Me personally, it is BL, but I can see why some people would think it's not. If that makes any sense. Like, I think it's BL, like, but like it's sort of like not in that sort of direct. It's like the other end of the spectrum. It's sort of like, you know, it's not like all lovey-dovey, all glory happy. I mean, I'm not saying all BL are all like that. I mean, look at Killing Stalking. This manga is probably like Killing Stalking light. I mean, the creator of Killing Stalking said her story isn't BL, even though it still kind of taters on those lines. I sort of think of this title and many other like Otokonoko titles as like sort of the same. Not in like the horror aspect. I mean, there's no dubcon or horrible stuff or NTR or anything like that. But sort of like, yeah, it's not BL, but it's sort of like it's like its own branch of BL, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's still two guys who are, you know, the subject of the manga. I'm not going to say they love each other because no, not really. I mean, there are future volumes of this one, yet this manga sort of like acts as its own standalone story. So the later chapters go into more like sort of like mind break. Like, so he's like, if you know how those stories go, then you know it sort of like goes on full on mind break NTR, but honestly, this story works fine on its own. You don't need to read the future chapters if you don't want to. With this one, you can just read this volume and you can be on your day, because it's a really good standalone horror story in my opinion. But yeah, yeah, it's really hard to talk about this manga because you know, because of the subject matter. It's like really hard to like say without YouTube getting upset. I mean, because of the subject matter, because it's very, very, very. I mean, with the other ones, there's more plot, but this manga is only about 20 pages long. Yeah, so it's nowhere near as long as, say, like Drag Vamp and Maiden or Shinobu, so like two of my most recent ones. In fact, I think this is actually my shortest title. Yeah, I think this is the shortest manga I've translated so far. Yeah. though there's quite a lot of dialogue. It was quite dialogue heavy, this one, so it did take a little bit longer than I thought it would take to translate. But it's all translated, it's all done, and it's now ready for you to read you if you can handle it. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle the horrors of this manga? Don't worry, don't worry. I mean, if this one sounds, again, like I said, if this one sounds a bit too much for you, there's Drag Vambeck and Maiden, which will probably be a bit more your cup of tea, and plus that one's longer and has a bit more build up to the stories. So if you're looking for something a little bit softer, go there. But if you're looking for proper horror, those psychological horror fans, those NTR fans, those BL fans, those really yeah, this one is for you. So yeah. Oh, before I go, I am going to take a break from translating for a little while because I am very busy, and I want to get some broadcasts made. I know I took a break from broadcasts for a bit, and I want to get back to that, because that's sort of my bread and butter, while this is just a little side hobby. Don't worry, it won't be forever. You'll have another manga in the works, but it'll be a little while. So you've got 6 titles to work with at the moment, which I'm very happy for 6 titles. I think that's a big achievement, and thank you so much for your support, and I hope you enjoy these 6 manga until the 7th one comes out. So yeah, look forward to that one, and enjoy this one or any of the other titles around. I'll be very grateful, even if you just buy one of them, or share, share the links. That I'd be very thankful for. Even these translation blogs, which is that'd be great. Now then, I remember what I was going to say. Some people might be wondering, how on earth can some people translate a title like this? What's the mindset? The mindset I think about, it's more like I think of it more like a BDSM scene, right? So you're sort of in that sort of mindset, you've some mindset of you want to play out this scene, and you're sort of in that sort of dominant. You kind of project yourself as the monster. Well, that's what we're going to call them. We're going to call the master bartender the monster, and sort of going down that route. So if you have that sort of mindset of being a dominant BDSM scene, then it's sort of that sort of similar mindset. So if you're in that sort of S&M-y, role play sort of, it's really hard to explain without it sounding a bit crass. But yeah, you have to get into that certain mindset of okay, it's just a scene. It's not real. No one's actually getting hurt. They're having a good time. Even though they're probably no. It's so I'm not hearing that safe word. So we're keeping on going with the torture. Oh God, I sound evil. I sound absolutely evil right now. But yeah, so it's sort of you need to get into that mindset in order to translate something like this. It does take a bit longer to do, and I did do this one in I think it was about 2 sittings. So this sort of manga, I cannot do a very, very, very long one. So if there's a 60-pager one like this, nah, I probably wouldn't translate it unless thought I was going to get paid a lot of money, because I'd have to be do a bit like one time and then I do a little bit another time, then another time. So it will be a very, 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 very long term project. And you know, you guys will probably get bored waiting and be like, where's the manga? Where is it? So yeah, so don't expect another one like this for a little while, but until then you can enjoy this one, or you can. I'm more than happy to hear suggestions. I might not be able to translate it, but I don't mind hearing recommendations from you guys. Something that we all enjoy. Because even if I don't translate it, someone else might, or I might translate it in the future. You can read that version another time. You never know. Okay, I best be going now. I need to sort out these broadcasts now because my Japanese language audience and my Japanese speaking audience is waiting for the next live stream broadcasts and all that. So I best get started with them. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you next time. それじゃあ、じゃあね、バイバイ、ありがとう。See you, bye bye, bye.